Hi, this is Danae, and in today's video I will take you with me to my Canadian debut. I'm playing Mendelssohn's Second Piano Concerto in Edmonton, Canada, and I'm starting my journey in San Diego, California. Because I spent the last 10 days here in San Diego, I left my kids with my sister who's going to take care of them for 3 days, and now I'm off and on my way to Edmonton. So if you want to see what happens on a concert trip and what happens before the concert and during the rehearsals backstage, then stay here and keep on watching. I also share some thoughts on what it feels like to actually play with an orchestra and what helps me feel comfortable on stage when playing a piano concerto as opposed to a piano recital. So I hope you enjoy this vlog. I just arrived at the hall. It's my first full day in Canada, and now I get to choose the piano. So I have these two pianos, and I'm going to try them and see which one I want to choose. This is the newer Steinway, and both are Steinway Ds. This is a newer one, and this is the older one. So I've played on both pianos for a little bit, and I always have the feeling that when I first play the piano, I already kind of know which one I'm going to choose, although of course I still try slow passages, fast passages, soft ones, loud ones. But from the beginning, I had the feeling I was going to choose the first piano, which is the slightly newer Steinway D, and that is actually my choice now as well. The touch is a little bit lighter than with the old Steinway, and also the sound, I just prefer the sound. It's a little brighter. Somehow I find that it suits Mendelssohn best, and since I'm playing Mendelssohn's Second Piano Concerto here, I think this is going to be my choice. I feel that it has this light, kind of brilliant sound that the concerto needs, especially the third movement that is so flimsy and very virtuoso also. I feel that it needs this light sound and not such a thick, a little heavier sound. So I'm choosing this one, which is the newer Steinway D, and now I'm going to start practicing on this one to start getting used to this piano. So today is just kind of a practice day. As you can tell, I'm just practicing the concerto by myself. It was just the day to choose the piano, but other than that, it's pretty free. So maybe I'm even going to go out and look at the city a little bit. And then tomorrow, I have the meeting with the conductor, where we're going to discuss tempi and interpretation, and also the rehearsal with the orchestra. And then the day after tomorrow is the concert. Playing piano concertos is very different from playing recitals, of course, because you're obviously not on stage alone. And I remember when I was younger, I actually always found it a little bit daunting because I thought, I have the conductor, I have the orchestra, you really don't want to make a mistake or anything that's going to somehow destroy that whole musical group. But as the years went by, I actually started thinking of piano concertos more like big chamber music. And when you do that, I find it really helps and it really makes you focus on that playing together. It's not you, the soloist, and the orchestra, and you somehow have to get it together, but it's more you as one big group of musicians, because that's really how I think one should see a piano concerto or any concerto for that matter. So violin concerto, whoever the soloist is, I think concertos are always big chamber music, and that really helps when playing together with the orchestra or the ensemble to really get that homogeneous sound and just get it together, get a common interpretation. So I always try to not just play by myself, of course, not just play with the conductor, but actually make music with the musicians in the orchestra. When there is a solo, for example, some clarinet or oboe solo, I try to play directly with that instrument. And also with the strings, with the concertmaster, with the cellist, I look at them, I try to make music together as if it was a chamber music setting. And I think that really helps when you play a concerto. So back at the hotel, I quickly wanted to show you one of my favorite travel hacks for charging your phone, especially when you're in a different country that has a different plug and maybe you forgot your travel adapter. You can just take your cable and connect it to the radio or the TV. They usually have USB ports, and that way you can still charge your phone without an adapter and without having the right plug. Good morning. So as you can tell, I'm back in the rehearsal hall. Today's the next day, and today's the day that I meet with the conductor and have my first rehearsal with him and also my first rehearsal with the orchestra. I don't know how much I can film during the rehearsal, but definitely show you the hall because we're rehearsing in the concert hall directly. As you can tell, my piano that I've chosen has been taken away and moved on stage, so now I'm going to rehearse with the conductor on this one, which is the piano I'm actually not even going to use in the concert because the concert grand is on stage already for the rehearsal with the orchestra. Here's a little look at the backstage area of the Winspear Center, which is the home of the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. As you can see, this is the way to the stage, and this is where the orchestra always keeps all its stuff and all their instruments and things while they're rehearsing on stage. As you can see, the backstage never looks quite as glamorous as the stage itself. You always have monitors so you can see what's happening on stage, and this is the door that I walk through for the concert when I walk on stage. This is what the stage looks like during rehearsal. No fancy lights yet. You'll see in the concert it looks very different. So I'm back in the hotel. As you can tell, I couldn't film during rehearsal because it's not allowed to film footage of the orchestra playing. So I just got some shots of the hall. The rehearsal was really nice. The conductor is super funny and really great, and it's really comfortable to play with him. And the orchestra is really wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's concert. Yeah, now I'm just going to go for dinner and sleep early because the concert tomorrow is actually an afternoon concert at 2 p.m. So we have general rehearsal at 10 a.m., then a little time to rest, maybe eat something, practice a little bit, and then the concert is at 2 p.m. Good morning. So today's the day of the concert. I'm just in the rehearsal hall, practicing a little bit for myself, and then it's going to be general rehearsal. My hair is sticking out. Then it's going to be general rehearsal with the orchestra, which basically means a run-through of the whole concerto. And then the concert actually is like an afternoon concert, so it's at 2 p.m. And for me, that's a little bit unusual to actually have general rehearsal. Now it's, what time is it? It's 11:30, and then concert that soon after. So basically it's a run through of the concerto twice within 3 hours, because usually you have the general rehearsal in the morning and the concert in the evening. But since this is a Sunday afternoon concert, this is how it is. So general rehearsal, a couple of hours later, concert. For me, stretching is always very important, and if you know me, you know that I do it very often. Especially on concert day, I just stretch at least 2 or 3 times before, just to make sure that my muscles are feeling comfortable and free, and there's no tension there anywhere, and nothing is gonna hurt, even if I use them in a pretty intense way. And now, because it's concert today, I'm off to my dressing room. So this is my dressing room. The soloist room, here's where I keep my dress. Charge in the iPad. This is where I'm gonna change eventually. And that's basically it. I have a little piano here to warm up. And this is where I'm gonna spend the next 2 hours, because Mendelssohn concerto is actually last, so I'm at the very end of the program. So I'm gonna be waiting here. This is a side I usually don't see, but I'm very happy that I got this shot of the hall slowly filling up, so you can see what it looks like just before the concert from the audience perspective while I'm backstage. My favorite snack before a concert is chocolate. So I'm gonna have my obligatory piece of chocolate before, or basically anything sweet, really. This is the monitor, so you can hear what's happening on stage, even when you're not on stage, so you know kind of when it's your turn. So just now the orchestra tuned. I don't know if you could hear it. The speaker is here. This is the applause for the conductor going on stage. And now we're going to hear the first piece. There we go. So slowly, time to get ready for me. And with a little bit of magic, I'm in my dress and time to do my concert hair and makeup. I basically always have the same hairstyle for most of my concerts, which is just putting my hair up in the front. I'm going to be on stage probably in about half an hour, I guess, or maybe even a bit less. I actually like to get ready kind of straight before I play. I don't like to hang around in my dress for hours and hours. But yeah, I don't know, other people like to be ready way before. I'm just kind of like that. I like to be in my comfortable clothes all the time and then just right before change. So Edmonton, which is where I am right now, apparently has a very dry climate, and I was told repeatedly by the lovely members of the orchestra and the people taking care of me to drink a lot of water. So I've been drinking like crazy. I think at least 4 or 5 liters every day, but definitely is true. If you've been here, you probably know what I'm talking about. I never do crazy makeup stuff. I'm more a natural look kind of girl. I have my concert shoes, the shoes I wear for every concert.
Danae Dörken. Now, this is your Canadian debut.
Yes, that's right.
Welcome to Canada. It's great that you were able to make it here. And thank you very much for that. Thank you for that wonderful performance of the Mendelssohn. How do you feel about it?
Well, first of all, I love Canada. I'm here for 3 days now, and I'm a great example for musical dialogue. There are so many moments where the melody is in the clarinet, then it comes to the piano, in the strings, then it comes to the piano, stuff like that. And I think that makes the concerto really unique. So concert is over and I have my beautiful flowers, and now we're going to dinner with the conductor, and actually it is snowing outside in Edmonton in October. It's snowing. I don't think you can really see it on the camera. This is the artist entrance, but it's snowing. Going to dinner after the concert in the snow. So the concert is over. As you saw, I got a couple of clips from the whole atmosphere in the hall and also the Q&A session, because there was a little Q&A session afterwards, which I really enjoyed. And now I'm back at the hotel. I had dinner, and tomorrow I'm flying back to San Diego, actually to pick up my kids that stayed there for 3 days. And then the day after, I'm flying back to Germany. I hope you liked coming along to this Mendelssohn Concerto here in Canada, to my Canada debut, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!